said it last time, and I'll say it again. I'm a star.
Besties, this video is sponsored by BetterHelp. Thank you so much, BetterHelp, for sponsoring today's video. This is a very special sponsor for me because, as you guys know, I talk about it all the time, but mental health is such a huge part of my life. I've struggled with depression, anxiety, OCD, a lot of things throughout life, and I didn't know how to get help. I didn't know what to do and how to go through anything because it seems very, very difficult to try to find a therapist, to try to talk to someone. It feels like a hassle that you just don't want to do when you're already struggling, right? So then I found BetterHelp. Since I've always struggled with depression especially and really, really bad anxiety, I knew I needed to go to therapy, but what really kicked it off that I needed immediate help was I literally was so anxious I could not step foot on a plane anytime. So I couldn't go visit family. I couldn't do anything. I would just start panicking. And so I started BetterHelp, and it really, really helped me. So I wanted to help you. Something that was a huge plus for me when I was going through this process of beginning therapy was the fact that it's so convenient. You can literally just do it through your phone, through a computer. You can just have a call. So it makes it really easy for you to go to therapy, especially if you're just in bed not wanting to get up. I think everyone can benefit from therapy. I am a big advocate for that. Like I said, I always talk about mental health on this channel because I want you to know that we all go through it, that you're not alone. I know that when I was going through all of these in the very beginning, I thought nobody understood what I was going through, and starting therapy really helped see that people do get what you're going through and people are there to help. You just have to ask for said help. It's also very hard to open up to your loved ones and your family. It's very good to have an outside perspective, especially a professional that can really, really help you. With all of that being said, I am very, very passionate about this sponsor. I really, really am. Like I said, I used BetterHelp as soon as I started therapy, and now I've been doing therapy for, I think, a year. I can go on planes now. I'm on medication. I talk to my therapist every single week. It is the most helpful thing I've ever done, and I wouldn't have started it if it wasn't for BetterHelp. So if you want to start too, you can use my link, betterhelp.com/LarryReads. I'll put it in the description below. I hope it helps you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Hello, my shiny face. Hello, my besties. We have a special guest today. Drum roll, please. Oh, wait, you're already here. Giant! Say hello to the people.
Hello, people.
Wow, we're just gonna have Giant be extremely excited to be in this video. He just was jumping for joy to film for you guys. We are answering questions today, okay? I went on Handy Dandy Instagram. If you don't follow me on there, what the fuck? What are you doing? Go do that. Shameless plug. Anyway, and I asked you guys what you wanted to know about me and Giant. Anything you want to know. And boy, oh boy, did you guys come prepared with the questions. So we're going to be answering them today. Thank you so much for asking questions if you did.
I also asked for questions. Nobody sent me anything, though.
That was your grand joke of the video. You look so short.
Yeah, it's my chair.
Sure. You heard it here first. Giant's actually 5'2" and I'm 6'1". First question. Dumb, but what's Giant's actual name? That's not dumb because you know what? I always call him Giant on the internet, so it's understandable if you don't know it. Just like Eureka. Like my mom, I'm always like, Eureka! So everyone thinks her name's Eureka. Her name's not Eureka, it's Erica. It's just my nickname for her. That's the same thing with Giant. His name's not actually Giant. Tell them.
Giancarlo.
Giancarlo. His name's Giancarlo. There you go. But Giant is a nickname. That's it. Ditch. That's literally it. How did you guys meet? That was like a #1 question. Everybody just wanting to know how we met.
We met at work when we were in college.
We did meet at work. I feel like your explanation for that is so much more boring than mine. Hold on.
We were servers at a restaurant. I was head honcho, of course.
Excuse me? I mean, yeah.
I was head honcho, and she was new. So,
I was head honcho. She was new.
so I had to train her.
Yeah. He trained me so well. Literally, it was this little Colombian restaurant, and we both went to FSU, and we started working there. Well, he had worked there way longer than me, but yeah, I was new. And the owner was like, well, somebody's going to be training you. He's like a little grumpy, but it'll be fine.
You didn't say that.
Yes, he did. He literally was like, he's kind of not very out there. And I was like, oh, it's totally fine. Like, I'll break that right up. Okay, I didn't say that, but I was like, I'll fix it. And then I met you, and you were very grumpy. And he trained me. And the first day of training, I broke the sink. Mm-hmm. I literally was like what was I doing? I don't even know what I was doing. I think I was washing dishes or something. And then I just took the sink right out of the sinkhole. What's it called? The sink. I took the poof right out of the poof, you know?
No, the second day I mopped, and then as we're walking out the restaurant, you dropped all your to-go food and I had to mop again.
Yeah, and I called him and I was like, what do we do if like I break the sink? And then he just put it back and he's like, you just like put it back and it'll be somebody else's problem. And then the sink, and then the thing. Yeah. So basically we worked together and he trained me for the job. We were both servers. There you go. I feel like that's the number one question. What's your goofiest argument? Wait, that's a cute one. Like her examples were dirty socks, toothpaste, tube, toilet seat. You know what I mean?
We don't really argue much.
Yeah, we don't argue much, but goofiest argument, I'm trying to think.
My control. The damn cables.
His cables! He plays video games and his cables are everywhere. And if there was one thing about me, his cables anger me. Like cables being out and about, they just piss me off. I always have to put them away. And then Giant always puts them back. And then I put them away. And then he puts them back. And it's just a whole thing. And also you wanting to leave your contact case or like toothpaste out. And I like to leave it in the drawer. So he'll put it out and I'll put it back.
My argument, I'm blind, basically.
Okay, me too. But you could just put on your glasses and go and search
When I wake up in the morning and I go to work, I just crawl out of bed with my eyes closed and I try to find my contacts and look through the drawer and I can never find them.
Okay, but you know what
if it's on the counter, I can just get it, put it on my contacts.
You know what you could do?
And my cables.
You could just turn around, put your little glasses on, and then walk to the bathroom.
And then I still have to search through the drawer. Waste time.
We argue about that all the time, but it's always like little goofy arguments, like you said over there. Are y'all married? I feel like that's such a asked question. Okay, so if you didn't see, which means you don't follow me on Instagram, shameless plug again, posted these pictures to show you guys that we are in fact married. We have been married for quite some time and I just never knew how to tell you guys because first of all, I never really showed him until recently kind of, because he was in law school and we just didn't know. My stuff was only books. It was literally just oh my gosh, I am reading this book and you guys should read it and this is what it's about. I never really told you anything about me and my personal life. So once I started opening up a little bit more and being more comfortable, we figured it was time to show Giant. So then I didn't want to bombard you with here's Giant and also we're married. So now everybody knows. I posted on Instagram, I posted on TikTok, but I never actually posted on here. So yes, we are married. We didn't have a big ceremony or anything. I never wanted one of those. I think it's beautiful when people do have them. I just never wanted one for me because I would be so scared to be up there and with a bunch of people staring at me. I cannot. All that attention is a bit much for me. And same for him. So we just went to a courthouse.
Our anniversary's next week.
Oh my God, how cute. So that's that on that. I feel like a lot of people are going to be shocked by that. Who initiated you guys' first kiss? This is a fabulous story.
We were in college and she was at the club with her friend Lauren.
I was out and about. I was like, that was me dancing.
I was home playing video games. I just made a big bowl of pasta. So I was in a mild to medium food coma. And she told me to go to the club and I said, I'm in a food coma. I can't.
I literally texted him. We were just coworkers at this time. Keep in mind, we had never given any hints of liking each other, of anything. We were just working together. And I randomly texted him and I was like, come to the club.
And then she said if I could pick her up and take her home. So I said okay.
He came to pick me up.
She didn't think I was in a food coma, which I was. Now that she knows me, she knows I was.
Yeah, I thought he was lying to not want to hang out with me.
So I went and picked him up. I dropped him off, or I parked in front of their house to drop him off.
No, you also took us to McDonald's.
Oh yeah, I took them to get food.
He picked us up at the club, took us to McDonald's so we could get food, and me and Lauren were like, fries!
I parked in front of their house so that they can get out. and then Lauren was like, no, go park the car. And I was like, okay. So I parked the car, and then we all went to their house, and then
we hung out in the living room.
We were just hanging out in the living room, and then after hanging out in the living room for a while, Lauren just walks to her room, Larissa walks to her room, and then they both just turn off the lights, and I'm sitting on the couch with the lights off. So.
So funny for that. Granted, let me explain. I wasn't oh my gosh, I don't drink anymore because now I realize how bad drinking is for my mental health, but I used to. And so I was I wasn't drunk oh my God, I'm so drunk, but I was tipsy. I was having fun. Me and Lauren were you know? So we were just having fun in the living room, talking, eating our McDonald's. And after we finished eating our McDonald's, we were like, okay, we're gonna go to our rooms now, bye. And we didn't say anything. We just walked away. We turned off the lights. Giant's just sitting in the living room. We had never hung out before. And he's just sitting in the living room do I leave?
So then the lights are off, so I was like, I kind of just said, I'm gonna go. And then Lauren's like, no, you're sleeping in Larissa's room. I was like, oh. I was like, okay, my dog's just at home, but okay. So
And he came to my room, and I had changed into a cow onesie. I had a onesie of cow. And I was in bed like, I come lay. And Jay was like, oh my God, this crazy bitch.
so then I just laid on my side, and I didn't make. She was trying to make a move, but I didn't make a move because I knew she was drinking and I wasn't.
No.
We just talked for like 4 hours.
No. We talked for like 7 hours. I was waiting. I was like, he's gonna kiss me eventually. Like, I'm so excited. Can't wait. And I was just sitting there like literally like giving so many hints. I was like, hee, ha, 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 like whatever. And he, not a single thing, just talking to me, talking about life, talking about work, talking about school, like what have you. And I was waiting 7 hours. I literally, by the time that he actually like,
7 hours.
It was so long,
It was like
love.
3 hours.
No, it wasn't, because I was already, after we had left recess, we already ate, we were already sitting in the living room, we already then went to bed. Like, it had been so long. By the time you kissed me, it was like 7 a.m.
Well, again, I picked up what she was putting down, but she was drinking and I wasn't. So
Yeah, still.
I wasn't gonna play with that dynamic. So I waited until she was 100% sober.
Yes.
And then I kissed her.
Yeah, so then I was 100% sober, and I was like, okay, like, I'm over this. Like, you're either gonna kiss me or you're gonna leave. Okay, I didn't say that, but that was my vibe. And then you did! That's it. Oh my God, what a beautiful question. Giant, what do you love most about Larry? Thank you so much for that question. I love it.
There was so many questions, and that's the one you chose.
Yeah, I can't wait. Do tell. What does he love most about me? Here we go.
One thing,
You can pick several.
kind, you're selfless, and then the last one is, I don't know what the word is, but we fit, if that makes sense. Like, we're always on the same page, like you're my best friend. So we're on the same page as like, I know what you're thinking, you know what I'm thinking.
Okay.
We're on, I don't know how to explain it, but.
Okay, that's cute. If you were an animal, what would you both be? That is such a good question. Thank you so much for asking. By the way, if you guys see that I'm like on my phone, it's because I'm screenshotting your questions and making sure I cut them out so I remember which one's which. Oh, you do me, I do you. Okay, if Giant was an animal, he would be a panda. Like, you know, the pandas that are just like doing silly things and just like they'll fall off the tree and they'll like be rolling around and like doing shenanigans. He would be a panda. Genius, right?
Because I'm silly, but my hand-eye coordination is unmatched. So I won't be falling anywhere.
You're a panda.
Okay.
What am I?
A deer.
Out of all the animals in the world, do you think I'm a deer? Like literally the ones that get run over by cars because they see a light and they're like, oh, that's me.
A lot of animals get run over by cars.
Stop! Don't tell me that. I'm gonna be sad. I already am sad for the deer. Why am I a deer?
I don't know. Just seem very deer-like.
He's saying I give deer vibes. I've never been more offended.
Deer
We're gonna move on. This is a very important question. Do you poop with the door open? This is for my husband's knowledge. Here's the thing. Giant and I have been together for so long that there's absolutely nothing that we don't. That's gonna sound weird.
I'll answer the question.
Do
This
in
is for
front
your
of each
husband,
other.
right?
Yeah.
I'll answer the question. I can poop with the door open. I do at times, but usually I close the door because that's my me time. That's when I watch Dwayne Wade's all-time game winners. That's when I watch. That's when I look at my fantasy football team. That's when I watch Twitch streams. That's when I watch the Dolphins highlights.
Okay.
And I skip the bad parts.
Okay.
And
So everything.
I'll
That was
walk away
really
right
mean.
I'll end this interview right now. Yeah. So can I poop with the door open? Do I have any problems with it? No. I do at times. If it's a quick, you know. If it's a quick little pit stop, and then get out. But
I don't poop with the door open.
of course you do.
No, well, like if I'm bored and I want to chat with you, then yeah, I leave the door open so that we can talk. We can hang out.
And then I make her feel bad about it.
No, you don't.
You poop with the door open, I'll be like, oh my god, it smells like every public bathroom I've ever been in.
Yeah, but we chat with the door open. Yeah, there's nothing that we don't do around each other at this point because like literally our first Valentine's Day together, Giant planned this whole thing that we're gonna go horseback riding and we're gonna have a date and it was gonna be nice dinner and all this stuff. And I got food poisoning, I say, and I couldn't do it. So Giant was literally in the bathroom with me all day and I was throwing up and things were coming out of all ends. And he was there in the bathroom with me. So yeah. Oh, how funny. How do you work out issues between you two, like little arguments? Just talk, right? I think that's the best thing you could do is just communicate. Is always communicate and respect each other so that you understand each other's point of view, even if you don't necessarily agree or whatever. I think the most important thing is that we have the same values in the sense of like core things. Like we agree in very important things and in core values and things we want out of life and stuff. So little arguments are just that, like little arguments, you know, like about a cable or about a toilet seat or about vacuuming. I don't know, like little things like that. And then you just talk about it and that's it. I don't know. We don't really argue all that much.
Not really argue.
Yeah. Like we argue, but not like we like fun bicker and like banter
We
and
banter.
stuff.
Sometimes we banter and we just shit talk each other because
For the fun of it all.
Because we don't fight, so we need to keep each other on our toes.
Yeah, just for the fun of it all. But we don't really argue or fight and stuff like that. I kind of just don't like fighting in general. Like with my mom, with Lauren, like with anyone, I just don't like fighting. I'd rather just talk. If something's bothering me, I'll just be like, hey, well, you did bother me. And you'll be like, oh, I understand. I'm sorry. I understand why that would happen, blah, blah. And then we fix it. You know, that's that on that. The best memory with each other.
Oh boy.
Mine is everyday stuff. Like just living life every day. Like mundane. Is that the word? Mundane?
Mundane.
Mundane things. Just like going to work, going to the gym. We work out together, so going to the gym together, going to get food. Like literally just every day living life with your best friend, I think is the best part. Mine was cute. Top that.
Our for second year together, maybe. For my birthday, she took me on a trip to North Carolina. Stopped in Atlanta. We stayed at a cabin all week, just the two of us. We watched movies.
Oh yeah.
We went to the Atlanta Aquarium. I met a sea otter.
I met a sea otter.
And yeah, that was a good trip.
Oh, it was a really good trip. I like that too. Wait, I forgot to say because my memory blanked. But one of my favorite memories was when Giant took me to Build-A-Bear. Because I had never been to Build-A-Bear because in Brazil they never had them, or at least to my knowledge they didn't have them. And then when I got here, I was already too old to go to Build-A-Bear, so I never went. So then last year, Giant took me to Build-A-Bear. And that's one of my favorite memories. We built this bear. What did we name him again? What the fuck? We named him Barry. And he has a Darth Vader breathing. And he's wearing a Slytherin outfit. Because I'm a Slytherin, Giant's a Gryffindor. Okay. Describe each other in one song. I have one. Let Me Love You by Mario.
How dare you?
That's your favorite. You literally always talk about that song. He loves that song.
Yeah, but now what am I supposed to pick?
I don't know. That was his song. Let Me Love You by Mario. He literally loves it. Our first time that we hung out, literally one of our first times, he was like, baby, I just don't get it.
I did not do that.
You enjoy? Yes, you did. Oh my God, you're such a liar in front of the people.
I swear I did not.
You were singing it. Yes, you were. You even said you wanted to be a singer.
Who?
You
Me?
said that before. You were like, maybe I just don't get it. Do you enjoy being hurt? I know you smell the perfume, makeup on his shirt. You should let me love you. I swear you did that. Okay, what would I be in a song?
Lover. Taylor Swift.
Lover. Yeah, Taylor Swift. That makes sense. Anyway, that's funny. What's your favorite type of date? Oh, Taylor asked that. We met Taylor in Chicago. Remember when we went to the romance bookstore? She was one of the girlies I met there.
Well, Taylor. So I think kind of what she was alluding to in a previous question is just like some of the normal things. So we have dates where we go and do more extravagant stuff, but I think our favorite is just being very simple. We go to dinner and we go to the movies.
Yeah, we love going to the movies.
So we're AMC Stubbs members.
We are AMC
Or
Stubbs
I think it's
members.
A-list members, whatever. We pay monthly and then we can go as much as we want.
Yeah.
But so we'll go see movies basically every weekend, and then
Big movie
we'll
people.
come home and decide what we're gonna do. So that changes. Sometimes we'll color. Sometimes we'll play a game on PlayStation like Hogwarts or something. Sometimes we'll get a board game. Sometimes we'll solve mystery board, other like different kinds of games.
Puzzles.
We'll build puzzles.
Legos.
Sometimes we'll just watch more movies or watch TV shows. So yeah, that's pretty much the weekly date, but that's our favorite because that's what we love to do. And then we'll do like other stuff, like go out of town or something like that. But I think our regular date is probably our favorite.
Yeah, agreed. This one's for me because you're not going to know how to answer this one. What's one book couple that reminds you the most of you and Giant? Literally, Lily and Lo. which may be why they're my favorite couple in the Addicted series, because Lily and Lo, like, ignore the addiction part, which is, I guess, a really big part, but let's not focus on that. Let's focus on the way they are, the fact that they both like to, like, stay home together, the fact that they're both obsessed with each other, and they're best friends, and, like, it's them. It's, like, each other and then everybody else, and the fact that they love, like movies and silly things, like nerdy things, if that makes sense. Yeah, that would be us. Literally. Like, that's why I love them so much.
Am I Lo?
Well, yeah, you're gonna be Lily. You can be Lily.
I don't know what
I'll be Lo.
is.
Lauren Hill fucks better.
I don't know who.
No, you'd be Lo. I'd be Lily. One quality of each other that you have adopted. Fun. Okay. Making inappropriate jokes.
Put that out there.
Because you do that a lot. Like, just out of pocket, stupid jokes. And I got that from him.
Yeah, I feel like you should be able to laugh about things.
Or being, like, very competitive and crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's definitely been a thing. She's gotten extremely competitive.
Yeah.
And she's also gotten some of my rage because when we compete, she loses.
Whoa! What the fuck?
So,
what?
Every time.
Whoa!
Every time.
Cut the cameras.
Every time.
I literally don't always lose. That's such a lie. I've won so many times. The mystery game that we just played, that was like, I literally solved that.
We're a team.
The shoe? No, it was me. Like, we're a team, but I won. Okay, what did you adopt from me?
Sometimes I forget how to speak.
What the fuck? Love.
Because sometimes.
This is just a roasting session of me, and I'm not a fan.
No, because sometimes I'll, I'm an attorney, so I have to,
I'm an attorney.
speak a certain way if I'm talking to clients or whatever. But then when I talk to her, since she has like her own little language, essentially, I'll text her. I'll be like, "Me comes home," and then when I'm talking to other people, I have to make sure if I'm telling like a friend I'm going somewhere, I gotta be like, "Hey, I'll be there at this time." I have to make sure I don't be like, "Me comes."
Yeah, I like to shorten my words. You know what I mean? I talk so much that sometimes I don't need to be saying all that. That's funny. Oh, in Giant's opinion, what is a must-have Larry Reed's merch? If I were to ever make merch, which hopefully I will one day.
So like what kind of item? Like sweatshirt, mug, or like what would it say on it?
I guess both.
I think sweatshirts or hoodies, because that's what you wear those all the time. And what it would say on it?
I do love comfort.
What would it say? Say like you always say like, "Oh, I'm dead," but it'd be weird to have hoodies, like just a bunch of people walking around with hoodies that just say, "I'm dead."
Yeah, no. I'm throwing up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, we can't have that. That's funny though. Okay, definitely sweatshirts.
Let us know in the comments what they should say.
Or mugs. I'll do a mug too. Favorite gift you've gotten each other? I have an answer for this. My favorite gift Giant has ever gotten me. So I'm obsessed with One Tree Hill. That's one of my favorite shows of all time. And literally one of the first gifts he got me one of those things where like the person gives you a message. So he got me Chad Michael Murray to talk to me. And he talked to me for like 3 minutes and I have it saved forever. It was literally my favorite gift ever.
Hi, Larissa. How you doing? I hope you are having a wonderful, incredible, and blessed day. I heard you watching One Tree Hill for about the 16th time.
Hi, Larissa. That's my favorite gift. Done. Once again, I proved that I'm better because I had an answer on deck. And look at
your
you.
answer is something that I've done for you.
Well, yeah, your answer is going to be something you've done for me. I mean, I've done for you.
Yeah.
So where is it?
But you having a quick answer shows how awesome I am. It's not like you win. It's not, look, I win.
I've gotten you so many gifts.
I was gonna say you give me gifts all the time, so
yeah, because our love languages. Oh my god.
PS5.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Love languages. Wait, get this. My love language, like to give, is gift giving and acts of service. Like that's how I like to show love. And Giant likes to receive love with gift givings and act of service. So it works perfectly. And then the way I like to receive love is quality time and words of affirmation. And then he gives me quality time and words of affirmation. So. Yay. If you both would have a book, what would the title and the trope be? Trope, Grumpy Sunshine. Title, our nicknames for each other. This is really funny. So if you guys ever watch How I Met Your Mother, in How I Met Your Mother, they call each other Lily Pad and Marshmallow. And I was rewatching How I Met Your Mother one day and I was like laughing with him and I was like, oh my God, we should like nickname each other like Lily Pad and Marshmallow. So I'm going to be Larry Pad and he's going to be G Mellow. So we started that as a joke and now we can't stop. So forever he's Mellow and I'm Pad. Like we completely cut out the G Mellow and the Larry Pad. We were just like Pad Mellow. Unless you're yelling at me at something, like I do something silly and then you're like Larry Pad. But usually it's just Pad. So our book could be named Pad and Mellow. Pad and Mellow's Adventures.
Sounds like a children's book.
Oh.
Or a coloring book.
Never mind. We can be a coloring book. How cute. Patamello's Adventures.
That's our current nicknames also. We've had so many nicknames over the years.
Yeah. But, okay, what would the title be? A good title. Love Unexpected. Because we found each other when we weren't looking for each other. We had just both left really, really bad relationships a while before, and we were just not wanting a relationship at all. And then we met each other. So Love Unexpected.
That's right.
Ta-da! What do you mean, that's right? That's right. Why did you say it like that? Who said I love you first, and who asked who out, and who had a crush on who first? Oh, Jesus. I was in the kitchen. We were just like bantering and fighting and being silly. And I was like, I love you. And then I was like,
I don't think it was how it went.
it was exactly how it went. Exactly how it went. Exactly how it went. And then you were like, I love you too. And I was like, gasp. Something like that.
Who made the first move other than...
First kiss that we already talked about?
Yeah. I mean, you said you were flirting with me at work.
I was.
I beg to differ.
I was.
Her flirting, according to her, after we've discussed this, she asked me who my 3 favorite rappers are.
I was asking him questions, trying to get to know him.
No, she said, we
I was
talked
like,
about this. We talked about this.
I was like, who are your favorite rappers? And then I was like, what are your favorite shows? Like, I was asking you some stuff about you.
No, but then when we talked about it later,
That was me flirting.
when we talked about it later, you're like, obviously I flirted with you. I asked you your 3 favorite rappers, and I was like, that's not flirting.
It is, because I'm trying to get to know you. Like, I asked, what's your favorite rappers? What are your favorite shows? Like, I was trying to get to know him, trying to test
also-
out the waters.
And just generally, I'm very oblivious. Like if someone's coming on to me, I usually have no idea. So that combined with those horrible questions, I had no idea.
But who had a crush on who first? You had a crush on me first.
You don't know. You don't know anything.
I do know. You told me.
Maybe.
Love, we've been married for years. It's okay. I didn't have a crush on you. You did. You had a crush on me first. But
Maybe.
you didn't think he could get me, so you
You're-
never did anything about it.
You had a crush on me.
Tell me that's not
the
true.
moment you met me.
No, I didn't. I was just like, oh, there's a dude. Being a dude, I hate men. Come on, love. Be honest.
So I asked you out. I don't remember exactly how, but we went to Fun Station in Tallahassee. It's a little arcade. So we went.
We did.
We
Forgot
went,
about that.
rode some go-karts, played some mini golf, played some arcade games, and then we went to TGI Fridays before they shut down. RIP.
No, not all of them shut down, though.
Most of them.
I know, but I would love to go to TGI Fridays again.
Most TGI Fridays are gone. But we went to Fridays, and then we went to her house and we watched Fast and Furious 8.
No, we
That's
watched Fast and Furious 5.
No, love.
Really?
Yes, because Fast and Furious 8 was the only one that I hadn't seen. And I was like, oh wow, I hadn't seen this one yet. Fast 5 I saw in theaters 4 times.
Yeah, me too.
It wasn't that one. That's the best Fast and Furious, Fast 5.
Agreed.
And
The
I don't
latest
care
one
if
was really good,
I
though.
don't care if they've gotten ridiculous.
It's still so
We've been
good.
watching it for too long. We enjoy every minute of it.
Yeah,
I really loved the last
Okay,
one.
what is
even
it?
though People hate
What
it.
does this have to do with it?
I don't know. I need to
Things
spend-
Giant does that gives fictional BF. Oh my god. Everyday things that are like bare minimums and like standards in books, Giant does them all the time. Like, just like regular stuff that you would swoon about in books, Giant does it. You know what I mean? But like regular stuff. But the number one thing is... the number one thing is he tells me to find the spicy scenes I like in books so that we can recreate them. My mom watching this like, ooh, what the fuck? What song would you say describes your relationship? I have the perfect one. You Are in Love by Taylor Swift, Taylor's version. No further questions, the end. What would you name your kids if you were to have any, boy and girl? I'm thinking, get this, okay? Resand, Feyre, maybe Nesta, maybe Azriel, or Cassian. What do you think?
like Nesquik?
Nesta, not Nesquik.
Nothing like any of those. I'm assuming they're from a book.
Yeah. ¿Por qué no?
I already forgot them. I'll forget their names midway.
You're not gonna forget their names. It's your child, Resand. You can call him Reese.
Reese and who?
No, Reese.
The 2 kids?
Resand. That's his name.
Reason?
Resand.
Rescind.
Resand.
Like I rescind my employment offer.
No, look, never mind. We're not going to discuss this. We don't know any kids' names. We had them written down at one point, but I don't really remember what they are anymore. So that's that on that. Cam? Oh, we liked Cameron. Here's the thing with us. We went through phases, right? In the beginning of our relationship, we really wanted kids. We were like, oh my God, we really want kids. Yes, 6 kids. And then we went through a phase, we didn't want kids at all. We were like, fuck them kids, not a single one. And then now we're in that phase where we're like, we'll see. kind of just in the middle. Whatever happens, happens. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. But like, we kind of just want to enjoy not having kids first and then maybe have kids later. I don't know. I don't know. It's such a tough question. I think that you can't go wrong with whatever you want to do in your life. If you want kids, great. If you don't want kids, great. You know? When was it that you knew he was the one? Oh my goodness. I am so glad you asked. I'm still not sure. The first date. I have the best story. The first date, we literally finished our date. That's such a weird thing to say, finished our date. Our date was over, whatever. And then I called my mom and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to marry him. And my mom was like, oh, Larissa, what do you mean, honey? And I was like, no, I swear, I'm going to marry him. And here we are.
Here I am.
Yeah. Wow, right? Isn't that great? When are we getting a reading vlog from Giant? Perhaps the most crazy book you can find. I really want to do that. Would you be down?
What do I have to do?
Read.
I read the book and talk to you about it, or you read the book and...
And what?
I don't know.
No, you...
What's my part in the...
You read the book.
Oh, okay.
And get like
And I film?
Yeah, well, no.
Giant's log. Day 3.
No, like you film, but like I'll film with you, but like you're...
It's mine.
You did...
You watch the video like everyone else.
Yeah, basically like Giant reads. So you read a couple books and it's your reading vlog, essentially.
Let's start with one book.
But like I must be there also because who's gonna want to watch it if I'm not in it? No one.
I said it last time, and I'll say it again. I'm a star.
Please, I'm a star! Okay, we're gonna work on one soon. I love that. What dating advice would you give to your daughter if you had one?
Don't date.
She can date. She's a queen. She can date whoever she wants. But let's see. Find someone who respects you. I think that's the most important thing. Is finding someone who respects you. If the person doesn't respect you, everything goes downhill from there. And find your best friend.
If you're going to the movies, you better get 3 tickets because I'm coming. I'm coming.
Okay, no.
I feel like I'd be very overprotective if I had a daughter. Hence why I want a son. But
You're gonna have a
you
daughter.
never know.
Knowing you.
It's one of those things
You'll
where
be a girl dad.
It's one of those things where I don't want a daughter, but if I ended up having one, that's it. Everything else is over.
What?
She will never leave my side.
Something nobody would guess about your relationship. Okay, he is the sunshine and I'm the grumpy one. I swear, isn't that true? Like in public, I will be the sunshine and he'll be the grumpy one. But then in private, when it's just me and you, when there are no cameras, like he gets uncomfortable around the camera. He doesn't really do any of this because obviously this is not his job, so he doesn't do it. And he's not a very out there person with anyone. But when it's just me and him, he's so sunshine. He's so happy all the time. He's like screaming, he's laughing, he's playing, he's like talking 24/7. And I'm so grumpy. Like I'm just like, oh, fuck life. So that's really funny because nobody would guess that. What's one pet peeve about each other and one thing that's your absolute favorite about each other? Ooh, I'll go first. I'll start with the pet peeve because I feel like that's the thing we could start with. Okay, pet peeve.
You're in a rush to start that one.
Pet peeve.
Where do I begin?
Pet peeve is how he literally like will get so distracted in the middle of talking. So he'll be telling me a story and he'll be like, oh my God, you know what happened to me at work today? I went to see this client and then, oh my God, look at that car. It's so cool. Look at the car that's in there. Oh my God, look at the street. And it's blah, blah, blah. And he'll get so distracted and then he'll never go back to his original story. And I'm like, oh my God, tell me the story. I'm dying to hear the story. You get really distracted. Another thing is that you always want to be so efficient. So you never would let me drive around like I want. Like if we're going to Target, you want to like go to Target and then go to the places all around Target and then come back home. I'm the kind of person that I'll go to Target and if I get back home and I forgot something at Target, I'll go back. He doesn't do that. It angers me. I love driving.
I'll go to Target, we'll go to Target, and then we'll go to somewhere else, and then we'll get back home. And it's right when we're going to get back home, she's like, oh, actually, I do need something at Target. And I was like, well, the whole day's over. It's not efficient.
Okay. And then my favorite thing about you is he's very like logical and calming. And I like my anxiety gets so bad that I fly away with things. I will like completely spiral. And he's very much like, what's it called? Like grounding?
Rock.
Yeah. Like grounding. Like he's my rock.
I'm the rock.
Grounding. He's actually Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And I'm John Cena!
You got the theme song wrong. It sounds like a Mario theme song you were doing.
What do you mean? That was a better theme song.
No.
What is it?
It's like...
That's what I
and
did.
you're like... John Cena.
It's a me, Mario. Anyway, so he's very calming, he's very grounding, and he keeps me sane. He keeps me calm. He keeps me relaxed. And he's also my best friend. So he's just always so positive and so happy for me and happy for the things that I do and like supportive over the channel and over like, you know, any brand trips I have to do and stuff like that. So those are my favorites. See, my favorites were cuter than my pet peeves. Your turn.
My pet peeves. Where do I begin? I'm just kidding. I just have one off the top of my head is that she's unbelievably impatient.
I really am.
Which is part of the reason why sometimes when I talk to her about something or I say a story, I'll purposely go slow because I know she wants me to just rush to the end. So I don't really know if she's listening to me or
I want to know the story.
she's like, what? And I was like, oh, relax. So,
Yeah, I'm very impatient. I need to work on that. I'm working on it.
So, yeah.
Hurry up, do the next one.
No, that's the only good beef.
No, but the good one.
Oh, well,
I want the good ones.
other than being my best friend and stuff.
It's your favorite thing about me.
I think my favorite thing is how you're very always trying to put me first and trying to make sure that my life is as comfortable as possible. You know, even if I don't ask for it or don't say I need it, but like, you know, if my knee's hurting or something, she'll bring me ice or things like that without me having to ask. Like I'll just I like to try to kind of just manage myself. So like if I'm struggling with something, I'll kind of just deal with it myself. That's how I always do things, and she'll, without me asking, will realize that something's going on and she'll step in and help me go through it so I'm not going through it by myself.
Wow, I'm the best. I'm the best. Oh. How cute. If it's not too personal, how does Giant help and respond when your mental health is bad? My mental health ruined my relationship and I felt so guilty and unlovable. Love you guys though. Thank you for being you. I love you. I love you so much. First of all, if someone makes you feel unlovable, fuck them. That's immediately goodbye. They're not worth it. But I also did deal with feeling unlovable until I met Giant. So I completely understand. And that's where therapy came in for me, and that's where I really got help there, just personally by myself. But then also with Giant, he really does help my mental health a lot. How does it help from your POV? POV.
What I do, I think, obviously, always being supportive is one, but that's kind of the, you know, generic Walmart brand of answers.
Bare minimum.
Yeah, that's like the generic answer. I think one thing, if I'm being honest, is at least I don't think so. You never know. I don't think I struggle with mental health, and I haven't really had an experience with it. So I know close to nothing about it, or I knew close to nothing about it. So I think one thing I did was do my own research, understand what she's feeling, what she's going through, and taking that step to really understand. Because for me, someone who's never gone through it, it's more I'm like, if she's feeling anxious, I'm like, why are you feeling this way? Like she said, I'm very logical, so I'm like, why are you feeling this way? Just tell yourself you're not anxious.
My mom literally says that. It's the worst.
So that's my initial response in my head. But then understanding and doing research and learning, I understand, okay, she's feeling like this because this way. And then I could do my best to support her. And then, you know, sometimes I can try to help. And then sometimes I got to understand that there's nothing I could do right now. You know, you just got to be there for her and let her talk about whatever she needs to talk about. And then you'll see how you can help from there.
Exactly. What a great answer. Yeah, my mom used to be like that too, because she also never struggled with mental health. So she was very much just like, what do you mean? Like, you're anxious, like stop being anxious. And I was like, no, you don't get it. You can't just stop being anxious, or else I would have done it already if I could just stop being sad, like stop being depressed. Okay, I'm cured, you know? But people that don't go through it, they didn't understand a lot. So doing your research and like helping your partner, like learning about what's going on is really, really helpful. And he did that, which I thought was beautiful. And my mom did that too. So love having people around that really just want to understand you. And even if they don't, they will work to understand you. I think is the most important. So, and you are not unlovable. I love you.
And I think as far as the whole feeling unlovable, if that obviously was not the right person, because if it is, then they'll take it upon themselves. If they feel that your relationship is worth it, they'll naturally take that step to understand you because it's worth the work.
Yeah.
Essentially.
The differences in your work areas, have they caused you any problems? No. I feel like that's really funny because, yeah, a lot of people ask if this is what I do for a job. Yes, this is what I do. Social media is what I do. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, what have you. And then he's a lawyer. So yes, very like different jobs, but I don't think it doesn't make a difference.
I think it actually made it easier.
Yeah, because I'm actually home.
And it made it easier because when we were in college, you know, we're in the same spot. But then once I applied to law school, I didn't know where in the country I was going to live. And the fact that she can just, without hesitation get up and come with me because she can take her job anywhere, I think that helped us.
Yeah. And we never did. Which, speaking of, somebody said, how is it having a semi-long distance relationship? We do not have a long distance relationship. I think
about as far as we get from each other.
I think they're probably thinking because sometimes I go to Florida. But okay, we live in Milwaukee and Florida. Like basically our family lives in Florida.
I also go to Florida.
Yeah, our family lives in Florida. His does too. And then mine in Milwaukee. Mine in Milwaukee, us in Milwaukee. So when we're in Milwaukee together. When we're in Florida together. So the farthest we stay apart from each other is like if I go on like a trip or something and it's like a week or something like that. So we do not have a long distance relationship. That would be very upsetting to me. I feel like people can definitely make it work. I'm not against it by any means. I just, we never had one.
And we talk too much. We
talk too much.
Like if you're away, we're texting.
And FaceTime and stuff. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So how is Giant's POV about you being a content creator, with or against?
Against. No, just kidding. I've been there from the beginning.
How did you balance school, work, and spending time together? My boyfriend is a 1L. Is that law 1?
1L. Law.
One thing about
like first year of law school.
Oh.
Law 1.
One thing about Giant is he's extremely annoying and trash in the sense of he's one of those people that's really just naturally smart and he doesn't need to like study every second of the day. So I don't think he had a normal law school experience in the sense of he wasn't in law school like from midnight till midnight the next day. Where I feel like a lot of people are like that. Like me, if I was in law school, I would have to be studying. When I tell you 24/7, I mean 24/7. And that's for me to like get like a B. Like I would have to like always be studying.
This is where I'm going to gas myself up.
No. So that's enough. So we're moving on. What is it? Gas yourself up, shoddy. Gas up, shoddy.
Yeah, so what she said. I don't know if I'm a good test taker or I retain information quickly, but my studying to get into law school for the LSAT was I'd answer like one question and then I'd play video games for 20 minutes. Then I'd answer another question, play video games for 20 minutes. Also, when I started law school, it was also uncomfortable at the law school because it was in the middle of the pandemic. So they had the tape everywhere. You could only sit in certain areas. Everyone has to be so spread out. So you don't really even, I made some friends, but you can't really have the same experience. And other than that, I knew that she was home and she moved out here because of me. So I wasn't going to make her feel alone. Lauren came with us, so she had Lauren, but I didn't want to make her feel alone. So I wouldn't, some people, like she said, would wake up 7 a.m. and they don't go home until 8 p.m. because they're there studying all day. I would go to class, come straight home after class. We'd eat lunch together. That's to this day, we always eat lunch together. Even if I'm at work, she'll come pick me up so that we can have lunch together. So we'd have lunch together, and then after class, I just do my reading and whatnot at home instead of at school. I'd study at home, and then at night, we just hang out, watch movies, whatnot.
Yeah, and we still do all that. So, like, work also doesn't make a difference. Like, we work until I've started managing my time with the way he works, because before I would post videos and, like, film and stuff until, like, I would do it from, like, 8 a.m. until, like, 11 p.m., whatever, because I just didn't have time management. But now that he has a job where he goes from, like, 8 to 4, I cut myself off also at, like, 4:30, and then we get to hang out and, like, go to the gym together and do things together and watch our stuff and have dinner, and then we always have lunch together. So that's how we manage time. I think if someone's important, you make time for them. Of course, people get very busy. That's completely understandable. But, you cherish the time you have. And we have a lot of it. Is Giant Italian? He has an Italian name. Not love from Italy. You are the cutest couple. Take it away, Italian boy.
I believe she was Giancarlo, not Giant. Giant is not Italian. Yes, it is an Italian name. Both my parents are from Peru, but my dad's side, farther back, is from Italy. Italy and Peru. My mom's from Peru, Switzerland, things like that. But it's farther back, or to the point where I don't know anybody that's Italian. Yeah. But that's where we come.
Y'all, the camera literally died and it just came back and now it's gonna die again. So we need to finish this up. We are done. That's all the questions. What was the last thing you even answered? Italian. So yeah, that's it. Oh my God, you know what's really funny? My dad's side of the family, also Italian. Larissa Campesano, my last name, Campesano? Italian. Crazy. So yeah, Giant has Peruvian family, so he speaks Spanish. A lot of people are asking if you speak Portuguese, but you speak Spanish.
I understand Portuguese.
Yeah.
Somewhat.
And then I'm Brazilian, as you guys know, and if you didn't know, now you know. Okay, those are all the questions we are answering today. If you enjoyed this video, let us know, and we can do a part 2 because there were so many questions. Thank you so much for asking all those questions. And if we didn't get to your question, I'm so sorry, but this video is probably already so fucking long, and the camera's dying, and we gotta go. But we'll do a part 2 if you enjoy this, and if you want to see more of this guy.
The star.
And then eventually we're going to do a giant reads. I'm excited. Okay, I love you guys so much. Have such a good day or night, whenever you're watching this.
All right, the camera's gonna die. Goodbye. Bye-bye.